Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation Live and Let Die, Turn 11.2 USSR. It is July 1941. First, let's talk about my coastal submarine passing through the Danish Straits last turn. If you refer to page 10, table 1-1, you will see that Soviet warships may pass through the Danish Straits while Denmark is neutral. Second, I want to clarify that Germany and the USSR are not yet at war. I did say there was no reason for the USSR not to declare war on Germany, since the USSR will not jump up to 46 wartime income in such a case. However, I do have my reasons to remain at peace with Germany. Third, on 11.1, Panzer J briefly entertained the idea of moving his torpedo boat destroyer through the Turkish Straits. Once you are at war with a major power, you cannot move through the Turkish Straits, even if Turkey is neutral. See page 10, table 1-2. Quote, Turkey, while neutral, closes the strait to all nations at war with a major power. End quote. The Turkish Straits are so narrow they count as a canal. This quirk tripped up Panzer King at the 2021 spring offensive. Fourth, let's talk about Panzer J's lend-lease of a fighter to Italy. He said, quote, that will make its way very easily down to Rome, end quote. I remember earlier in the game when I erroneously thought I could lend-lease an anti-aircraft artillery from the USSR to Paris. Remember that lend-lease has to stop when it reaches the first receiving country's land zone. If the fighter was sent through northern Italy, it would have to stop. But there is a way Panzer J could get his fighter to Rome. He sends the fighter to Yugoslavia, then has it move by sea around the boot of Italy to Rome. So it can end up in Rome, but whenever you lend-lease across sea zones, we should specify what port the units embark at and what port the unit uses to debark. Finally, I'm going to roll for Great Britain's second wartime economy D6 roll. It is so funny that each one of us, when we get the wartime economy, we forget that we get to roll. So this is for Fighting Irish, extra income for Great Britain. 3. Just about average. I will give him 3 extra IPC. Okay. Now, my Sleeping Bear D12 roll. 7, okay. That puts me up to 39. It's pretty likely that I will hit my wartime economy at the next roll. Okay, 4 tech rolls. So, I have been rolling so many turns for advanced artillery. Let's see what happens. Here's my advanced artillery roll. Yes, 9, okay. That is going to change my builds, but I already contemplated what I would build instead. Sorry for this delay. Should have had these over here. Okay. All right. Let's see. Heavy armor is my next roll, and for that I need an 8. I'm at stage 2. I'm trying to get to stage 3. 10. Excellent. Okie dokie. And my next roll is going to be for long-range aircraft. I need a 7. That's a 12. So I do advance on that. I've got 3 out of 4. I could have a perfect roll if I could get a 1/3 chance here on strategic rockets. 12! Oh my god, it's my first perfect roll. That is excellent. Okay. That is fantastic luck. I'm moving it from probably that pushed me into now I'm above average luck. Okay, let's zoom the camera out. Wrote myself a little note. Zoom the camera out. Oh, wrong direction. There we go. All right. Now let's talk about USSR purchases. The Soviets start off with 54 banked. They will purchase, 5 advanced artillery for 4 each, so that's 20. Two more, 7 is 28. I'm going to get 5 cavalry for 15. So 28 plus 15 is, this isn't, oh, I must bank one. Okay, 43. And then I'm going to lend lease a fighter to Germany. So Germany persuaded us that there might be some sort of understanding if we were to lend lease them a fighter this turn. So I was persuaded by Panzer J, and I'm going to send him a fighter this turn. CCP purchases 4 infantry. They have 14 banked, so 4 infantry, that's 12, and then a militia for 2 more is 14. These 2 militia here are just representing my recruitment role because I'll succeed on that. Combat movement. 2 infantry move from Western Manchuria to Eastern Manchuria. That's these guys going here, and that's 1 up for the Soviet Union, and 1 down, 1 IPP down for Japan. Now I'm supposed to move my camera. Okay. So now 4 submarines are going to move from Sea Zone 16. This will represent the 4 submarines. 1, 2 passing through the Danish Straits, 3 passing through the English Canal, and there's no aircraft on map, so nothing can be done even if Fighting Irish did want to declare war on me. 4, so all 4 subs reach Sea Zone 24. And at this point in time, the USSR now declares war on Great Britain. 1 of the submarines is going to raid this line, the West Atlantic line. The maximum I could do would be 5. And these 3 submarines will attack the light cruiser there. Okay, so why am I doing this? So first of all, the petty reason why I'm doing this is I was requested to send an infantry to Abyssinia and an anti-aircraft artillery to France. In return, I was promised that both the USA and Great Britain would send maximum lend-lease to me on the turn I declared war. The US did comply with that arrangement, but Great Britain shorted me by 4 IPP. They did apologize for doing so, but that did irk me because that turn, what Britain spent 4 IPP on was a rail line in the jungles of the Belgian Congo. And that kind of indicated to me how valuable I am as an ally. I am less than a conquered minor country's colony and having a rail line there. So I just kept my powder dry and waited, bided my time until Germany had a proposal. A proposal was made, and Germany needed a fighter, and I have agreed to this arrangement between Russia and Germany. That's just a petty reason. The real reason is that the USA came into the war in July 1940. The odds of them rolling 49 out of 60, they got 49 on 5 D12s. That's 4 rolls at a 1 in 4 chance and 1 roll at a 1 in 3 chance. And if you multiply those odds all together, that comes out to 0.13%. You would need to watch 775 games of Global War version 3 to see that happen again. So if something isn't done to counter the Allies, it is game over. The US coming in July 1940 every turn they're collecting 75 IPPs plus. On top of that, they get their wartime economy. I mean, it is game over if something isn't done. Already in this game, Japan has its navy entirely wiped out, and it's only July 1941. So I was actually contemplating just surrendering and saying, hey, well fought, great game, Fighting Irish. You have this in the bag. And kudos to Fighting Irish on some brilliant plays. The UK attacking Japan in the Dutch East Indies, the really great use of the jets and the fighter in the British Midlands to scramble. It really multiplied the forces that he had. I've learned a lot from Fighting Irish and think, whew, really, really good player. So this move is my attempt to just try to make the game competitive and try to push back against the overwhelming Allied power. What I'll be very interested is to read your comments and see what you think about my decision to do this. I'm going to move the camera back now. I've got my battle board set up over here. So let's first, let me make sure our camera's looking good. Okay, I guess we might tilt over here for this battle. Yeah, no, I turned it too early. I'm so sorry, guys. Go back here, because I've got some more combat moves before we get on to combat. Okay, the rest of the Russian fleet, that's a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, 3 destroyers, and a torpedo boat destroyer, now attack the Finnish coastal defense ship in Sea Zone 16, and they declare war on Finland. 2 light armor are going to move into Lapland, and that will go make Russia go up 1 IPP. 10 infantry, 2 fighters, 1 tactical bomber will move from Leningrad to Karjala. So 10 infantry, 2 fighters, and this tactical bomber will all go into Karjala. Okay, now I'm supposed to move the camera over to the battle board so you can see this Karjala attack with the 10 infantry and 2 fighters, 1 tactical bomber, and the 5 defending infantry. Now this is in marsh, and it is across a fortification. So the Finns have a fortification there. So on their first turn, they get a first strike. They get 2, all their infantry, because they're in a fortification, they move up 1. And then they get 2 first strike shots from their fortification at 5. So let's do their first strikes, because none of my guys attacking have a first strike. Oh, and in the marsh, you don't have to move down in the marsh. Only vehicles get negatively affected by the marsh. So I'm attacking with infantry and planes, so that the marsh doesn't have an effect. It's just about the fortification that's on the Karjala side. So here are the 2 first strikes for Karjala. Looks like I got a 6 and an 8, so they miss on their first strikes. Now I get 10 at 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These are my infantry attacking at 2. Whoa! This 4 does not count. I'll re-roll it. First I'm going to count these hits to see if I've got any hits. I got 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. All right. And then I'll take these guys out of the way and I'll roll this last die that did not land inside the tower. Sorry for this delay. Okay. That's a miss. Okay, so far I have 3 hits with, I'll use this die over here, 3 hits with my infantry, which is unbelievable. That's good luck. I would have expected 2. And then I've got the 2 fighters at 6. They both miss. Well, I was definitely rolling high this turn. Jeez, so many 12s. I got all my techs. Now my tactical bomber. 6. Okay, so total I got 4 hits. So there's going to be 1 infantry left, and they are defending at 5 since they're in a fortification. So I have 2, 4, 5 at 5. 1, 1. Well, I got really lucky there. I was expecting to lose a lot more going into this fortification. Okay, I only lost 1 infantry, so I'm down to 9 infantry with the Russians versus the 1 remaining infantry in the fortification. So now I get, let's just do the 2 fighters and see if I get a hit. I did. Okay, and then let's do the infantry. 11. Okay, so I go up 1 as Russia for taking Karjala. And I know I'm supposed to wait a moment to do it during non-combat, tell you where my planes are going to go. I'll try to remember to do that. These guys are dead. I just want to take a side note and say the troops in southern Finland, they are Japanese. So I am not at war with Germany, but I am at war with Japan. Oh wait, maybe I'm at war with both Japan and with Britain. I don't know. I would guess it would be Britain that would get these troops. I had thought it would be Japan, but I am at war with Britain. So I think those 2 troops are British. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Britain will go up 1. I think they have a militia and an infantry here in Finland, southern Finland, and I will move them up 1 on the chart. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Sea Zone 16. So that's where the British, I guess, have a coastal defense ship defending at 6. And I've got my heavy cruiser at 6. Let's start off with that one. 8. It's a miss. Sorry for having that other one in the way. And then a light cruiser at 5. That's a miss. And then I've got the 3 destroyers at 4. That's a hit. Okay, and then he has a coastal defense ship at 6. It got a 7. I am just red hot luck. This is phenomenal. This is a turn you want to have luck fighting into a fortification, getting all your tech rolls. Okay, so I killed that coastal defense ship. Let's look at the 3 submarines at 3, which are fighting against the 1 light cruiser defending at 5. Here are the 3 at 3. He does not have a destroyer, so actually they get first strike. And they hit him. So he doesn't even get to fire back. And I sink the transport that is with him as well, because there's no one else to fend him off. Okay, now I've got my submarine doing convoy raiding on the West Atlantic line. The attacker is represented by the red, the defender is represented by white, the attacker gets a +2. So it's defended. Fighting Irish doesn't lose any IPPs on that line. Okay. I believe we've gone over all my combats. Now I have non-combat movement. 1 cavalry in Primorsky Krai moves to Rehe. 2 militia in Magadan move to Amur. 2 militia in Yakutsk move to Amur. 1 infantry and 2 militia in Chita move to Amur. These 4 infantry that started in Amur move to Primorsky Krai. 7 infantry and 3 artillery moved from western Manchuria into eastern Manchuria. You have to give me some time. Okay. 2 cavalry moved from western Manchuria to Sui Yuan. One infantry moves from Karulin to Sui Yuan. 3 artillery move from Sui Yuan to Rehe. 7 militia and 4 infantry moved from Nanking to Hunan. One anti-aircraft moves from Shantung to Nanking. 7 militia move from Shantung to Hunan. 3 militia, 6 infantry, 3 mountain, 3 cavalry, and 3 artillery move from Szechuan to Kwaichao. So all the units in here move down into here. Five infantry moved from western Kazakhstan down to Turkmenistan. Get that out of the way. 5 tank destroyers moved from Stalingrad to Oral-Kursk. So now I have 10 tank destroyers in Oral-Kursk. 1 infantry moves from Kalmytskaya to North Caucasia. 6 militia, 3 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft moved from Moscow to Western Russia. So 3 infantry, 6 militia, and 1 anti-aircraft. 2 militia moved from Western Russia up to Karelia. 2 militia moved from Leningrad to Karelia. 3 militia moved from Smolensk to Western Russia. 5 motorized infantry moved from Smolensk to Leningrad. 6 infantry moved from Smolensk to southern Belarusia. 3 militia from Oral-Kursk moved to Moscow. 5 infantry from Oral-Kursk moved to southern Belarusia. I'm sorry, earlier I said that the Smolensk moved to southern. That's incorrect. The Smolensk 6 infantry moved to northern Belarusia, whereas the Oral-Kursk 5 infantry moved to southern Belarusia. 4 militia and 9 infantry moved from Kiev up to eastern Ukraine. 6 infantry moved from Kiev to western Ukraine. 1 coastal submarine moves from Sea Zone 13 to Sea Zone 15. I strategic rail 1 infantry from Moscow down to Transcaucasia, and I strategic rail move 1 minor factory from Smolensk to Turkmenistan. The CCP recruitment roll succeeds, and I place the 2 militia in Nanking. I place 1 militia and 1 infantry for the CCP in Hunan. I place 3 infantry in Kwaichao, along with all these other units there. 1 advanced artillery is placed in Chita. 1 advanced artillery is placed in Rehe. 5 cavalry are placed in Stalingrad. 5 advanced artillery are placed in Leningrad. Okay, Lend-Lease. The fighter is going to leave Kola, Murmansk, up in the Murmansk area, and travel to northern England. The USSR collects 50 because I have 39 for my income plus 11 captured territories, so that's 50, plus 3 for war propaganda, 53, plus I roll for my wartime economy. Ha! Well, I'm not complaining about this turn's luck, but 55 is what, oh, and I had banked 1. So 56 is what the USSR will have in the bank. I'd like to take a moment, and then the CCP is 14 again. I collect 12 for my territories, plus 2 for being adjacent to the USSR. Okay, I'd like to take a moment, pause the game, get things sorted like Kwai Chow, and then go over the board again for my opponents to see the position of my units. So I'm going to pause for a second. Oh, crap. The whole time oh man, I am so sorry about all my moves. I see that I didn't have the camera. I forgot to rotate the camera back after the battle. Oh man, that sucks for my... Well, that makes it even more important that I do this next part. Okay, Global War 36 enthusiast here, trying to do a review of the positioning of my units, since I was going to do this anyway, but I'm really sorry that I had the battle board in view, so you probably didn't see all my movements on the, that would be the Western Front. Okay, let's start up here with Amur. I have 6 militia, 1 infantry. In Primorsky Krai, I have 4 militia. In Eastern Manchuria, I have 7 CCP infantry, 2 USSR infantry, 3 artillery. In Rehe, I have 2 Russian infantry, a cavalry, and an advanced artillery, as well as a minor factory. In Sui Yuan, I have 2 Russian cavalry and 1 CCP infantry. In Hope, I have 3 artillery. In Nanking, I have 2 militia and 1 anti-aircraft artillery. In Hunan, I have 10 militia and 5 infantry. In Kwai Chow, I have 9 infantry, 3 militia, 3 mountain infantry, 3 cavalry, and 3 artillery. All of those are here in Kwai Chow. I think that's kind of the end of this eastern half. I do have the militia in Tanatuva. Okay, now let's move over to the western half. In Turkmenistan, I have a minor factory and 4 infantry. In Transcaucasia, I have 1 infantry and 5 militia. In the Caspian Sea, I have a useless torpedo boat destroyer. In North Caucasia, I have an infantry. In Stalingrad, I have 5 cavalry and a major factory. In Saratov, I landed my tactical bomber. It took off from an airbase in Leningrad, so it had a movement of 5. Flew to Karjala, then flew back to Leningrad. That's 1, 2. Western Russia 3, Moscow 4, and Saratov 5. Moscow has 3 militia and a major factory. Western Russia has 9. Sorry, it has 9 militia and 3 infantry and an anti-aircraft gun. Smolensk has 2 fighters and an anti-aircraft artillery. Uralkursk has 10 tank destroyers and a major factory. Eastern Ukraine has 4 militia and 9 infantry.
Crimea has 2 infantry, 2 militia and a coastal gun. Up there in Karelia, we have 5 militia. In Lapland, we have 2 light armor. In Karjala, we have 9 extremely lucky infantry. I cannot believe I went into a fortification with 5 infantry and they only got 1 hit. Even the guns, I think the guns missed, right? I can't remember. So in Leningrad, I have 4 militia, 5 motorized infantry, 5 advanced artillery, 1 air transport, 1 coastal gun, 1 major factory. In C-Zone 16, I have a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, 3 destroyers, and a torpedo boat destroyer. In northern Belarusia, I have 6 infantry. In southern Belarusia, I have 5 infantry. In Smolensk, my 2 fighters landed there from the fight in Karjala. They also have an anti-aircraft artillery there. In Kiev, I have a miner factory and an anti-aircraft artillery. In western Ukraine, I have 6 infantry. Okay, so I think... Oh, and then in C-Zone 24, I have 4 Soviet subs. All right, I think that's all my Russian and CCP pieces, but I want to go over the industrial production point chart. I have America at 67, Germany at 56, USSR at 39, both Great Britain and FEC at 21, Japan at 17, Italy at 14, CCP at 12. I have 11 points of captured territory for the Russians, 6 points for the Free French, 4 points for Anzac, and 4 points for the KMT. As far as money goes, for the Germans, I have them banked 59. For Great Britain, I have them with 39. For the USSR, I have 56. For the CCP, I have 14. For Japan, I have 24. For the FEC, I have 25. For the United States, I have 84. For KMT, I have 6. For Italy, I have 28. For Anzac, I have 7. For Free France, I have 7. Thanks a lot for watching, and let me know if I have anything. I hope my opponents will let me know if I have anything wrong. This is Global War 36 Enthusiast, now turning this over to Panzer J and 11.3 Japan. I'll be back next Monday. A week from Monday.